Thelema has been one of the most unique Valkyries released in recent Honkai history. She has a huge variety of combos while her rotations don't rely on supports, unlike usual DPSs. Now onto the build segment. First of all, only pull for Thelema if you can get her weapon. Do not pull for Thelema if you cannot guarantee you'll get her weapon eventually. The reason why is because her weapon gives 3 seconds of time stop after using your ultimate. This can easily accumulate a lot of time saved in a Memorial Arena and Abyss. As for her main stigmata, they should be accessible to everyone. Helioverse gave 1 free stigmata, and you can also pull for the other 2 or just forge them for free. Just use any placeholder ice damage stigmatas if you're missing a few pieces. Thelema currently has 3 teams she can be used in. The main team consists of Thelema, Senadina, and Coralie. This is Thelema's strongest team by far, and Senadina is basically mandatory for this team. You can also opt to use Thelema as a support for Senadina's DPS team. This is a part 1 team if you don't have Senadina yet. This team is actually pretty strong as well if you have the part 1 Valks fully geared. It uses the same rotation as the one I covered in my last rotation guide for ice teams, so check that out if you're going to use this team instead. Also thought this was worth mentioning, but Song Chue is an extremely strong Astra op for Thelema teams. She can potentially add an extra cycle of Stellar Outburst in longer drawn out fights. However, you really need to get her to SS for her to reach her peak strength, and also she's really only needed for Nirvana. If you're in Red Lotus, you don't really need her actually. This is probably what you guys are really watching this video for, and that's the combo guides. When playing Thelema, you guys will probably notice this meter above your health bar. When this meter is filled up, you can use a special attack called the Moment of Indulgence. There's currently 8 ways to generate stacks for Thelema. It's basic attack times 3, charge attack weapon skill, or charge weapon skill, and all of these will also work in the air. If you're able to QT in with Thelema, then that'll give you 2 stacks for her Moment of Indulgence. But there currently isn't a reliable method to QTE in with Thelema. To make notations easier, green text will refer to the ground barrier combos, while red text will refer to the aerial versions. I would like to make a quick shout out to Shinsu for some of these combos. He gave me permission to use them in this video. This combo goes out to all my Glucifers out there. It's a very easy combo. It's just basic attack times 3, tap weapon, basic attack times 3. This works with any ground or aerial variation. And then if it's to freeze a boss, you just use hold weapon instead of tap weapon in between. This is actually a pretty close to optimal combo in terms of speed, so if I just spam this forever, it honestly isn't that bad. This is Shinsu's combo for a ground combo. It's basic attack times 3, the tap weapon, and the charge weapon skill, and then do that times 2. You can also opt to end with a charge attack instead of a charge weapon skill for slightly more damage, but it's a bit slower. And then here's the optimal air combo from Shinsu if you're starting from the air. It's basic attack times 3, tap weapon, charge attack, into basic attack times 3 in the ground, tap weapon in the ground, and then charge weapon in the ground. If you did Rhyme Trauma earlier, you can replace the air charge attack with an air charge weapon skill, but this will mean that the rest of your combo will be on the air as well. After activating Stellar Outburst, you can immediately use the Moment of Indulgence. Now something important to note in Stellar Outburst is that you can't actually rotate to other Valkyries. Instead, you can summon them as Phantoms. And what the Phantoms do is they can grant you 2 times stacks, which means you can do half the movements for a full meter. So what you should do is you should summon Senadina, and then do any variation of the combos I've listed on screen. Also, if Rhyme Trauma is needed, then use a charge weapon skill. When you're a little over halfway through your Stellar Outburst combo, summon Thelema's Phantom so that you can continue the duration of doubling your stacks. Also use your ultimate whenever it's up so that you can freeze time. Thelema literally has the easiest team rotation in the entire game. It's basically Coriol, jump, to weapon skill, and then ultimate, switch into Thelema, and then do any variation of the combos I showed earlier. And then just activate Stellar Outburst whenever it's ready, and just do your usual variation of combos. As a support, start Senadina's tap weapon, to heal ya, tap the weapon, and then tap it again when it's a light blue meter mark. Switch to Thelema, do tap weapon into ultimate, followed by 3 basic attacks. And then do a tap weapon, charge weapon, and then use Moment of Indulgence. Switch it to Senadina and do her usual DPS combo. This was shown in my previous rotation guide. Now Stellar Outburst, and then use 3 weapon skills. This is where it gets a little bit different from my last rotation guide. I'm going to switch to Helia after this one, and then use weapon skill, and tap it again when it's flashing. Switch to Thelema, and just mash the basic attack key. What's going to happen is it's going to forcefully go into Moment of Indulgence, and then press ultimate. After that, you're going to do a basic attack times 3, the tap weapon skill, and then hold weapon skill. And then go back to Senadina and do your usual DPS combo.